I'm Willie Mae McIver for Beyond the Praise. Today, we have the pleasure of having with us gospel recording artist, producer, actor, singer, songwriter. I don't know anything he can't do, and if it's something he can't do, he'll think of it tomorrow. It is Fred Hammond. Welcome, Fred Hammond.
Welcome. Good to be here, Willie Mae. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing? How's the family? Is everybody well and healthy?
Everybody's good. Everybody is good. We are, considering everything, we're blessed.
That's right. Amen to that. And since we've been telling everybody while we're quarantined and pretty much locked in for like the last 6 months, somebody needs to produce something. You need to birth something out of this quarantine, shutdown, lockdown season. And you have been working on a number of things during this season. One of the things you've been working on is Favorhood Live. What is Favorhood Live?
Favorhood Live is, I explained it. I just put a post up that's going on Facebook and Instagram. I'm a 60s baby, so I grew up around all of the variety shows, is what they were called back then.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking about Jackie Gleason, Milton Berle, Hee Haw, Laugh-In, Flip Wilson, Red Fox, Richard Pryor. All of them had variety shows on network television. And now we know we got Saturday Night Live, which is one of the most dominant and in living color. And I love variety shows. I love singing and dancing. I mean, I don't care what it is. Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin. I would watch them all as a kid, and they kind of stuck with me. Okay. And after I did a lot of people don't know I have an extensive theater background. I did, shows off Broadway. I've toured in plays throughout my career, and I love theater and I love film. So I'm trying to figure out a way to combine it, because since I've kind of transitioned not away from the music business, but just kind of transitioned towards something else to enhance my ability to reach out to people, is through film and through theater. And we created a little theater here at the warehouse, and I put together this variety show. This with comedy, is singing, definitely singing. I got Jonathan McReynolds stopped through. I got Jessica Reedy stopped through, naturally myself. I got some hip hop for the millennials. I got, acting, and I got, everything. We got sketches. Jonathan McReynolds is in a sketch, believe it or not.
Wow.
So is Jessica Reedy too. So it's like, I just want to have fun. I want the people to have fun, with all this madness going on. And now with everybody doing their concerts, they're doing it on a great level. Clark Sisters and Kiki did a great one, and they got more coming. Everybody's kind of doing the same thing. I can't stay there because I've been seen already. So I got to do something different.
You were one of the first people to do that, though, and it went viral. It just took off.
1.617 million.
My God!
But the country was hurting. The country was hurting. I didn't want to charge a ticket. I didn't want to take an offering. I didn't want to ask anything for anybody. I paid for it myself to make sure, because we had to produce it. And I really just was asking God if he would touch it and let us, like 60,000 people. Lord, it would be nice if 60,000 people could see this, if you wouldn't mind. It'd be really nice if you let 100,000 people be able to be blessed by this. And he just opened the floodgates.
He did.
So, and I just kept doing them until, like, now what do I offer to people? So.
Right. Now with this variety show, how long is the show? A one-time only? Are you going to make it a weekly?
We're going to make it monthly.
Okay.
We're going to try to make it monthly. Yeah, we're going to bring on different people. We're trying to get, we're trying to do something, but for October. But I think we're going to just skip one and produce one for the commission reunion for Thanksgiving evening. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be great. Thanksgiving evening.
And that's 3 hours. So that's like every commission song.
Oh my gosh, it's 3 hours of commission? Oh my gosh.
And it's like you won't still get all the music. You still won't get all the music.
No
Our
way.
tour last year was 3 hours long. We were on stage literally for 2 hours and 50 minutes. and nobody left. People were just
Oh
standing in
no.
the aisle. It was over because it was an epic moment. And so we're trying to pull that together, and hopefully we can do it for Thanksgiving evening,
Oh,
you
that'd
know,
be
and
great.
that'd be dope. So,
That'd be
but
great.
then after that, we're doing something else, you know, in December. And, you know,
Will that be under Favorhood Live in December?
yeah, we're working on another one for that one in December. And it'll be different. Sometimes it'll be a variety situation. I'm doing something for like different genres of the music business, you know.
Okay.
So this one is good because, you know, I'm a throwback R&B head. I love old R&B. I grew up on it. I'm so grateful my mom was a musician, and she music wasn't as horrible content wise as it is today. It wasn't as
Yeah.
sexually explicit.
Right.
So my mom she was a big Roberta Flack fan and
Oh
Aretha
yeah.
fan, Gladys fan, you name it, you know. And then, you know, Donny Hathaway, she introduced me to Donny Hathaway. And I'm like, you know, 9, 8, 9, 11, 12 years old, and I would hear her music, and she would go get these albums. And then Stevie, you know, I grew up on Stevie when he was little Stevie Wonder. And when he changed his name, when they said, okay, Stevie Wonder is 21 years old, we can't call him little Stevie Wonder no more. He's now just he going by Stevie Wonder. I'm fingertips. I go back to then.
Yeah.
When I was disappointed when I thought Michael Jackson was my age, because they said he was, and then found out that he was 11, and I was 8. I was upset, you know. So Lou Rawls, my Ray Hammond's favorite artist was Nancy Wilson and Lou Rawls, and every Saturday he would listen to Tobacco Road, the whole album, and Nancy Wilson while we were cleaning the house.
Oh my.
And you could hear it blaring outside, and then, you know, I grew up around a lot of music, so I got a chance I bumped into some of the family here in Arlington, Texas, at a dealership, and it was Yarborough and People, you know, from back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
our thing was don't stop the music.
Right.
And I said, guys, let's work together. I got something for you. Let me put you in the skit, and let's just have some fun. And
Oh my gosh.
So it's just a variety show.
Cannot wait. And your musical influence, when you named off all those people, and then somehow you managed to combine bits and pieces of all of those artists to form the commission sound.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got the beautiful thing about it is it wasn't just the R&B stuff. We were allowed to listen and to glean and learn those musicians, Earth, Wind, and Fire, LTD,
Yes.
Confunction, Chicago, Phil Collins. Those were our professors. They taught us music.
Yes.
They taught us how to record. We listened to them sonically. We rehearsed. It was like those were our professors growing up at that time. Yeah. And then you had, naturally we had the gospel side. We had James Cleveland. We had the Hawkins. We had Andre Crouch. We had, I'm going way back. We had Triborough Mass. We had so many different people. And then you got the Detroit Mecca, which is Matty Moore, Foxes, and James Moore, and the Winans, and Vanessa Bell Armstrong, and and the list goes on. Thomas Whitfield, man, a lot of people don't know Thomas Whitfield produced a quarter of our very first album.
I did not know that. Really?
When you hear I Can See Jesus, the rhythm track,
yeah.
Thomas Whitfield produced that one. Giving My Problems to You, he produced a rhythm track on that one. And then we couldn't afford him no more, so he had to go ahead and do something else. So,
right.
And we finished it, but he gave us the foundation,
Yeah.
So
definitely. Wow. Okay, so that's where all of this comes from, that commission sound. But nobody's been able to imitate that sound. It's been unique over the years. Yeah.
Very, very different. It was eclectic.
Yeah.
It was not a precise formula. It was like a gumbo. And you had a different hodgepodge of what we listened to, how we listened to, and then how we approached our vocal arrangements. It wasn't so exact. We just did what was in the street that we loved, and our groups that we grew up loving, the Dramatics, the Whispers, the Delphonics, the Stylistics, people who sang falsetto, you know, the
Yeah.
enchantment, you know, man, we this is what we study, you know, so it's good.
Well, you learned well. You were a good student.
Amen. Amen.
So now, so we're going to hear some singing inside Favorhood Live too. Are you going to be singing, or other artists going to be?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm doing. I'm still doing some stuff and bringing some new stuff. We wrote a song. We just was in sound check right before the show, and keyboard player Dave, he picked a patch. I said, oh no, keep doing that. And we just did a little remix right quick and sang it that night. So we introducing that one. New music plus some of the Fred favorites, but you know, definitely Jonathan, definitely Jessica. Yeah, it's just gonna be nice.
Wow, wow. Are you working on a new full project or just songs?
I am working on something, you know, I'm working on a social project, you know, as a voice that, you know, I've been, you know, we've sang the anointed songs and we've sang the songs that take you into worship. But now I want to say with my voice, I don't really like what's going on.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not okay with it. And I'm trying to find a way to, so I got a few of my little hip hop nephews because it needs that edge to say,
Right.
you know, send Unc a beat. And let me put something over top of it. And then it's just started getting out of control. So niggas, next thing you know, it's 7 songs later. And these songs have social significance and edge and, you know, and nothing crazy, nothing about hatred, nothing about anger. It's just, you know, like one of the lyrics I say is, so let justice flow full and free like an ocean. Created equal is more than a notion. So go tell your oppressor and every distressor, let my people go. You know, so it's just me saying, okay, listen, we said all that other stuff and we still mean it.
Right.
But we're saying this stuff now. So
will that come out first quarter this year?
We're working on it now, like which label we want to land at. You know, we're in talks with several, you know, majors, and you know, it has to be with somebody who understands streaming on a big level and who understands significance of social, you know, and you know, whatever relevance, you know, because it's going to have to span all genres. It's going to have to play on the gospel side. It's going to have to play on the AC side. And if it gets some hip hop looks good, because it's not just a sound, it's a statement. So, you know.
Okay. That's great. How important is it? And a lot of the younger generation need to understand that you can't be one-dimensional. In this business, you have to continue to grow, expand your brand. So just kind of elaborate a little bit on how important it is for you to not be one-dimensional, because you have tentacles going every which way. How important is it to not just focus in on just your singing career?
Well, you know, you have to be versatile now. It's like, you know, the golden age of gospel music is gone. That was from the days we were back in the, you know, the 70s, and then the 80s boom, and then the 90s. That was the golden age of gospel music, where you could just concentrate on being a gospel artist and sell records, physical records, and tour. And even if your record contract wasn't great, if you had a nice song, you could work really good. But now the streaming thing is taking over, and you have not only that, it was exclusive back then. So you may have had top 20 top artists, and the other 20 were really good and up and coming, but that was it.
Right.
Now these people have the ability to record in their basement or in their closet, in their bedroom, and make great sounding records now.
Yeah.
Back then you had to have enough money to go into a real studio at $70, $100 an hour, and everybody could afford that. But now, man, you could buy some equipment and put a mic on your computer and mix it and master it and put it on the streaming. And now you got, instead of 40 top 40, you have, man, probably 10,000 people trying to get into 40 slots. So it's like, you got to have some sort of diversity. And I started acting 20 years ago, and and then started directing, learning how to direct 17 years ago. And I'm like, man, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I see it.
That's great. That's great. So did you kind of feel it 17, 20 years ago that, okay, I got to expand this because this might, did you see it coming? Did you foresee what's happening now and decide that you need to do something different?
No, I just always wanted to be in film. I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I don't really care for acting as much. I like being behind the scenes and behind the camera, like Ron Howard, who was a great actor when he was Opie Cunningham, but now he's a director.
Right.
That's kind of me. I like behind the scenes, but I step out in front because my name has a little value and it brings something to my little films.
Sure.
But I didn't see anything. I just had a passion for film, and I just was like, man, I'm gonna get in it and I'm gonna learn it and I'm gonna do what I got to do. And now all of a sudden, like, whoa, good choice.
What have you done that you'd like to do? You've done so many different things. What's on your bucket list?
Man, I don't know. It's like I've been able to do a lot.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest bucket list would be to own my own film network, my own, content network. It don't have to be on. About 12 years ago, I was going through DirecTV and I saw all of these channels and they were empty. 800 and 640 and this one. I'm like, man, how can I be on one of those and own one of those networks? Well, it needs to say it didn't happen, but then all of a sudden social media opens up and now I'm like, I put it out and 1 million people look at something I'm done. I'm like,
right,
whatever. Maybe I'll just do that and create my own network social media wise and be done with it.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest bucket list now, as far as,
it's having your own.
Oh yeah. And that's the business side. I've been blessed to not be afraid to do things. And so I've driven motorcycles at top speeds. I've been in the military. I've worked at McDonald's. I've worked at all these different places. I've swam in the ocean. I drive boats. I didn't, I go out ATVing out in the woods, with, getting dirty. I've done a lot and I've been okay with, just making sure I experience a full life. So, I'm sure it's something that say, well, I'd like to do this before it's all said and done, but I've done a lot.
You need to write a book about all of your experiences.
I definitely was talking about that this morning.
Okay, great. And out of everything you've done, what do you want to stand out as far as your legacy?
That number one, as best as possible, that I was a good person. I was a man of faith and I was a good person. In the midst of just trying to navigate everything, I'm a peaceful person, but that sometimes draws people who are advantage of people like that. And but I want to be, I'd be nice to be known by some very important people. Who are those important people? People I care about, and I realize, man, some people just want what they want from you. Yeah. And no matter how close they are, but they got an agenda and they want what they want from you. And, if you don't give them everything they want, then you're not going down like that. But I hope to the people that matter the most that they say, that was a good dude, he loved God. He made some changes in the world, worship-wise. He taught us how to do this. His music lives on, and his legacy, his projects live on. So.
You're well on your way to that. Well on your way to that. Favorhood Live is gonna debut when?
September 27th at 8:30 p.m. Central. So that's 9:30 Eastern.
Okay, where can we find it?
It's going to be on Facebook, private group. I will send you the link, and you can post it for me.
Will.
Because all they got to do is hit that link and go in there, and you can buy 1 ticket per email, so to stop people from scalping. But it's yes, it'll be on then, and then I'll be running my series called The Choir, which is a little edgy film I made. That'll be coming on Facebook probably sometime in a private group, coming up here sometime in October as well. So September 27th, you know, just all roads lead to that that thing right there.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. Congratulations on that. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be all about, and looking forward to your future endeavors as well, because I know you've got something else next week that you'll probably start.
Now you got to think more than ever. You got to think quick on your feet. You know, It's really weird now because I haven't traveled this year.
I know.
And that's crazy. So, you know, it's like, have to do something.
It is. Well, you're doing it. You're doing something. You're making it happen. We're proud of you. And just continued success in all that you do. And please keep in touch with us. How can our listeners and viewers get in touch with you? What are all your handles on social media?
Well, you got the Fred Hammond fan page. I think it's real Fred Hammond fan page.
Okay.
It's a picture of me with a hat. It says FH on it, black and white. You know, that's how you know it's my fan page.
Okay.
You have Real Fred H on Instagram and Fred Hammond on Twitter. But I do most of my stuff on Instagram and Facebook. So them is the two places you can really reach me at.
Well, we'll be reaching you there. We're looking forward to seeing Favorhood Live September 27th on Facebook. I'm going to have a link on my site, on my Facebook page, and I want everybody to click on, get a ticket, and support Fred. Check out Favorhood Live on September 27th. Thank you again, Fred, for being with us. Continued success, and keep in touch with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Fred Hammond, I'm Willie Mae McIver for Beyond the Praise.